Hello, I'd like to warmly welcome you to the distance education version of Philosophy 1305. Let me just introduce myself. I'm David Phillips. I have a PhD in philosophy from Cornell University, a bachelor's degree in philosophy, politics and economics from the University of Oxford in England. I've been teaching at the University of Houston for the past 15 to 20 years, depending on exactly when you're watching this. What you'll be watching after this brief introduction will be lectures taped during a regular classroom version of Philosophy 1305 during the summer of 2009. Before those students arrive, though, what I want to do is just give you some pointers specific to those of you who are taking the class as you are in this distance education format. First, because you're watching this, I take it that you've found your way to the course website. Unless these lectures last longer than I suppose they're going to, or technological progress is faster than I suppose it's going to be, I take it that that course website is a Blackboard website. In any case, whatever it is, we're going to use it for a bunch of crucial stuff. So it's going to have information about assignments, it's going to have announcements. In particular, unless there's some kind of reform I don't anticipate in the unfortunate system for classroom allocation, more than likely when you watch this, we won't yet know which classroom the course meetings and course exams will take place in. So that announcement will be one of the things that will be posted on the website. What I tend to do with those is just post them on the home page. I just tend to post them as headers there. So you'll look for that, probably you'll find that, just 2 or 3 days before the first meeting. Let me say a little about the design of the course and the rationale for that design. To me, the obvious temptation for someone taking a distance education course is to not do any work and blow everything off until 2 days before the midterm and then try and study for 24 hours before the midterm and similarly before the final. I think that's, in general, and certainly in philosophy courses like this, a recipe for disaster. So what the design of this course, the structure of this course, is set up to give you incentives not to study like that, but instead to work steadily through the course of the semester. In particular, there are, as you'll have seen from the syllabus, a number of course meetings, and there are incentives for you to come to these meetings having done some work, specifically some assignments, not the assignments that carry the greatest weight, but some assignments are only accepted if you turn them in at the meetings, so that gives you this extra incentive to come. What those meetings do is they prepare you for the more important assignments. So the first meeting prepares you for the first paper, second meeting prepares you for the midterm, third meeting prepares you for the second paper, fourth meeting prepares you for the final. The other thing, I guess, about the mechanics, I should say, is they're going to be PowerPoints, which you'll see not in this lecture but in all the others. Those take the place of what I would write on the board in a normal classroom version of the course. What I'm going to do is I'm going to have those up long enough for students in the studio to write down what they say. And I suggest you do the same. I suggest when you're watching, when a PowerPoint comes up with something that I would normally write down on the board, you take the opportunity to write that down for notes too. I just think that's a good way to learn stuff, and obviously the stuff I put on the PowerPoints is the stuff that I most want you to have in your notes. There is nothing different about the workload, the assignments, the readings in the distance education version of this course as against the ordinary classroom version. So that means, you should expect to do as much work in this version of the course as you would if you were taking the course on a regular classroom schedule. There are advantages and disadvantages, I think, to this distance education format. The advantages are, you've got the lectures, the things that you'll see after the short introduction, and you've got them in a form where you don't have to watch them at any specific time. If you come to a bit that's tricky, you can rewind it, you can watch it over, you can take it at your own pace. That's all good, right? And that gives you a certain advantage over a regular classroom section. The disadvantage, I think, is there's a kind of social pressure to do steady work that you get in a regular classroom section that you don't get in a distance education version, right? So in some way you need to sort of use the advantages of the distance education format, but not allow yourself to get behind in the work and not do it because you don't have to sit in a classroom for a particular couple of hours every week. If you have questions, you can always reach me by email. So the email is dphillips@uh.edu, dphillips@uh.edu. Finally, let me just wish you good luck in what, for most of you, is probably your first philosophy course. I hope you find it interesting, and I hope you enjoy it. Thanks.